What ridiculous thing scared you as a child? King Ramses from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Return the slab or suffer the curse. That entire show was on some other level stuff. I think based on the episodes you can figure out what drugs the writers were on while making it. All the nightmares I've gotten from this cartoon disappeared the moment I realized that it's about a dog that has never been walked or socialized before. So everything it sees is new and scary. It only cares for the old lady because she cares for him, whereas the old man is mean to him. Everything is seen from the dog's perspective. So true. If I clapped my hands above my head, the nightmares would start. If I clapped them up there again, they would stop. This didn't actually happen. It was what I was afraid of. Consequently, I had to make sure I only ever clapped my hands above my head an even number of times. If I accidentally clapped them, I had to clap them again. Clap on. Chaotic screaming ENSUES * clap off. Willy Wonka. The entire movie, or was it that hellish boat ride in particular? There's no earthly way of knowing which direction we are going. The great thing about the boat ride is that it serves zero service to the plot. Nothing actually happens to anyone, and nobody makes a decision on the boat. And when the boat pulls up to the dock, everybody just gets off like nothing happened. The boat ride scene only exists to f with the heads of children who have been primed for whimsy by the world of pure imagination number that precedes it. It's a classic example of the Apollonian Dionysian dialectic, which is some pretty postmodern shit for a children's movie. The Windows XP startup and shutdown noise. Basically, if you forgot that you had your speakers at 100% volume, you're the next morning. At least it wasn't the Windows NT 5.0 startup sound. It sounds like it's going to eat me, then analyze the results. Ceiling fans. Bro, same. My sister convinced me they would detach and fly across the room. Didn't help that the fans made weird noises at high speed. I had one that actually did that. Thankfully no one was hurt. Me too. A blade flew off and ricocheted off the wall. Drains. Showers and tubs and pools. Especially unfamiliar ones. Because that's where the pink slime monster from Ghostbusters comes out from. Thank you. I rest my case. Dust. Uncle told me it was left by ghosts. I was told by the Magisterium that it's sin. You're really going to believe the Magisterium? They can't be trusted. My neighbor with a big tummy. Blame my mother and nanny for this. They used to say that our neighbor has a big tummy because he eats children. Oh, how I stayed away from that man. Now I don't even remember who he was. Now why in the hell would they tell you that? Are you dense? Because he eats children. I was a very hyperactive child. I used to eat and walk around the house and mess it all up. Once my grandma told me that if I will keep eating while I'm standing, all the food will go down to my legs and feet and they will become so fat I wouldn't be able to wear shoes anymore. I stopped eating and walking until today. That's awesome. Also wash behind your ears or broccoli will grow there. Don't swallow your pips or a tree will grow in your belly. On a trip to London as a 10-year-old, I woke in the small hours of the morning due to jet lag and was horrified to see an orange glow outside the windows. I convinced myself that a nuclear explosion had occurred and somehow I had managed to sleep through it. Nothing happened for an eternity of terror. So I mustered the courage. I slid out of bed and crawled across the floor to peep over the windowsill and look out on the devastation. The city burning. The street lights were orange. For fog. They don't have them where I'm from. Sodium vapor lamps. They were actually the most efficient option for a decade or two. You still see them around occasionally. Rain on windows. I always accepted to see a handprint, or worse, an alien handprint, just like in the movie Fire in the Sky. It's cheesy and bad, but it screwed me up as a child. I grew up in a fire and brimstone kind of church, so I would go to bed begging God not to let Satan steal my soul while I sleep, or aliens to abduct me. What about rain on a Mac? Bloody Mary, where you go into the bathroom, turn the light off, turn around 3 times, while chanting Bloody Mary 3 times, and then look in the mirror and she will appear, and scratches will be left on your face. I have twin sisters who are 20 years younger than me. when they were about 5. Some told them about Blood Mary, so to prove to them that it wasn't real, I went into the bathroom and said her name 3x in the mirror. Was seriously terrified the entire time I was doing it, lol. Escalators. My mother told me that they will catch my shoestring or pants hem and pull me down and cut me into shreds. I still think if that every time I step on one. A few years ago I watched a horrifying video of this actually happening in a Chinese mall. It's a real video, grainy security footage. I've been terrified on escalators ever since, and if I can use the stairs instead I will. The police. My mum used to tell me I would be taken away by the police if I misbehave. I'm still scared of them now, for different reasons. Never understood why parents use police, doctors, or people meant to help you as figures of punishment. But like you said, different reasons now for police. My dad would threaten me with shots at doctor visits if I didn't behave, and then recalls that I was a terror when it came to vaccinations or blood work. Like, how about not making kids afraid of the things that are meant to help them? Quicksand. I thought this would be a much bigger problem. Also catching on fire. Stop, drop, and roll. Balls. Literally any round object was fucking terrifying to me apparently. According to my mom, if she wanted me in a room, but didn't want me to go anywhere, she'd put a hand-sized red ball in the exit. I was apparently too scared to even go to that side of the room. The dark terrified me for a long time. I had a lamp on when I went to bed well into my teens. Came because of a ghost show I saw as a kid. A hotel being rebuilt after a fire, where the builders would hear footsteps on the upper floors which didn't have floorboards yet. Then footprints appearing right in front of them, on the ceiling. My house makes a lot of settling noises, which to me aged 6 sounded like footsteps in the ceiling, and doesn't help that my dad yawns loudly. Him yawning would sound like a ghost moaning. Ironically, by my mid-teens, I required a rutted dark to sleep. Some crocodile hand puppet my aunt had. She and my cousins terrified me for months every time I visited them with that thing, until they realized how much it scared me. Never really got over it, how they treated me, even after they showed me that it's just a puppet. I don't talk to them anymore, since I became a teenager, and could choose to not visit them. Like and subscribe for more top tier quality content.